Alright, so as we continue to try and put our operating system on a solid state drive, this point we are going to create a recovery USB. Alright, so I'm going to simply just type in recovery and go to the recovery panel. So it says create a recovery drive, and I'm going to say yes. Create a recovery drive, backup system files to the recovery drive. So in a second it should pop up with the USB, hopefully, if we're lucky. Alright, so there you go. There's the recovery drive. So you would click next. Everything on the drive will be deleted. If you have any personal files on the drive, make sure you have backed up the files. So then you're going to click create, and then it is going to create the recovery drive. Now this is going to take a while, so I'm just going to let the recording continue, and hopefully I will edit most of it out, but in case I don't catch the end of it, it will let you know when it's done, and then we'll pick up with the next section. Okay? Folks, at the boot up of your computer, you're going to hit F12 repeatedly, and you want to go into BIOS setup. Okay, and so while we're in the BIOS setup, we need to check a couple things. So let's go through this so I can remember which thing's which. Definitely want to be UEFI here, so if you're not, that could be a problem. And then we've got one other thing that will cause your computer to have issues. Just got to find it. This one. So you could have RAID on or disabled, and then it won't recognize the SSD. But you want to be on AHCI, all right. And with that on, then it recognizes your SSD. So now we can get to the recovery portion. Alright folks, Dell Vostro 3670. This one might look a little different than yours because of some of the other stuff that's in it. But I'm going to show you one of the ways to add a M.2
solid state. This is a Samsung 970 EVO Plus, and it's a M.2 NVMe, and it is a really fast drive. So basically, this is where your M2s plug in. You could put a M.2 SATA or NVMe in here. So this is the faster way to go. So you're going to come in here at an angle, close to between 30 and 45 degrees, I'd say, off the deck, and press that in. And so it's in there, right? Now, I suggest using a magnetic Phillips, and hopefully I'll be able to do this and still get it in the picture. So once you get it lined up, you are going to screw it in place, and that part is done. Alright, so next step would be to actually go and make a recovery disk. Alright, so we'll do that. And then from there, the recovery disk basically ends up on a thumb drive, and you'll do that from within Windows. And then where we're going to pick up at later is putting a thumb drive in and having your computer boot to the thumb drive. Now, there are a couple of settings in BIOS that need to be done, and without doing those, there's a good chance your computer won't recognize the M.2 inside of Windows. You'll see it in the BIOS, but you won't see it in Windows. So gotta make sure those are set up right, and then this should work out for you. Alright? Alright, so you'll want to go ahead and put your thumb drive, hopefully you can see it, black on black is kind of hard to see. You want to make sure that's inserted. Alright? And so what we're going to do is, in a second I'm going to hit the power button. You are going to jam on the let's see, F12 key right there. Alright, so powering it up, and we're gonna let me turn the light off. Okay, so here we are. So we jammed on the F12 key, and it comes to this UEFI boot, and so there is our recovery thumb drive, and all we're going to do is hit the enter button. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, I've done a lot of different videos for the 3670, so we've installed video cards, upgraded the RAM, changed out the CPU. I have done a BIOS update. I have given back the CPU, so we've downgraded it from a i5-8400 to a Celeron. We have put in a Pentium chip. I've done an upgrade to i3. Well, I say upgrade. i3-9100, i5-9400F, and what else have we done? I've shown you how to add multiple hard drives, change from the hard drive to a 2.5-inch laptop, solid state. We are now doing M.2 NVMe. I don't think I've done this one yet. Okay, so continuing on, choose your keyboard layout, US, and so troubleshoot, okay. And okay, so I screwed up. Troubleshoot, recover from a drive. Hopefully I'll edit that. Just remove my files. So really don't have any files to clean. So we're going to recover from a drive, and this is resetting the PC. So if all goes well, and I'll keep recording, we should have our operating system on a much faster Samsung EVO 970 Plus solid state. Yeah, so hopefully I'll remember to edit that. When you go in first, it's pretty self-explanatory what you have to do. So we are only at 8%. This is going to take a while, folks. All right, we're at 40%. We're getting there, folks. Alright, so I know that wasn't the best angle to watch this from. So still installing Windows, and so far it looks pretty good, folks. At least let's hope, right? I've done this previously on a different solid state, so I expect it to work, but you never know. Alright, so let's start with the region. Is this right? So everything's looking pretty good here. Skip. So here we would connect to the internet. So I'm going to plug in the Ethernet cable. And select that guy up top. Hello. So in a moment it'll ask me login name, password, all that good stuff. I accept. And hopefully this is putting the right setup for personal use. Okay, so I'm going to do an offline account and click on limited experience. Of course, if you have a Hotmail, you could do it. So I'm going to just name this for the sake of this video. Oops. No, numeric pad's not on. I might have done that like 10 times. And it's going to ask me for a password, so we're going to look away a second. And it asks for it again. And then it asks for a hint on the password. Okay, so just drop one of our solid state drive screws. Okay, so do I want to make Cortana my personal assistant? No, I find that annoying. I'll accept that. And pretty much guaranteed to work now at this point, folks. And it's just going to sit here and do this for a while. All right, folks. So we are in Windows, and because I did the recovery, I have all the drivers. So let's go ahead and go to CP user benchmark. Oops, if I can spell right. It's hard to do this with one hand. And I'm going to download it. And we're going to save it to the desktop. Alright, so now I'm going to run it and see what we get here. Put this down for the time being. This will take a while. Alright, so it is done. And let's see, good CPU, background CPU. So this thing's, you know, not going to be a super gaming computer, but quite honestly, from the version that you get that has no graphics card in it, this is definitely an improvement. The desktop score is really good, so this is great for surfing the internet. And you can even do some CAD on this and a lot of other workstation type activities. Definitely be good for 4K rendering, processing, things like that. So not bad at all. This was a worthy upgrade, considering I, you know, had downgraded it. But yeah, this processor's a little bit better than the i5 8400. But if you happen to have the i3 8100 version of this or the i3 9100, then this could be an upgrade. And there is the graphics score, not so good. Whatever reason, the Samsung is not running to expectations. But hey. Alright, that's going to do it. Thanks for checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you.